Welcome to an overview of how you use the SNAP-Ed State Plan portal to facilitate the process of creating the SNAP-Ed State Plan for the state of California. The process starts by ensuring that the LIAs, SIAs, and CDSS administrators are all assigned to the correct counties and groups. That's done by going to the administration area and clicking on User Administration. The information here is largely administered on a county-by-county basis, and so the process is to simply select a user type, LIA for instance, and a county to visit that county and make additions or deletions as necessary to reflect the current county representation. With the portal membership and their roles updated, the next step is template distribution. The state plan is largely composed of 3 documents that are created as templates and filled out on a county-by-county and agency-by-agency basis. To facilitate all individual agencies and counties having access to individualized templates created for them, the 3 master templates can be uploaded into a central location, and upon authorization by an administrator, by checking a box, the system automatically generates individually named and identified copies of these documents and deposits them in the correct libraries with permissions already in place to limit viewing and interaction to appropriate parties only. An administrator also sets the initial permissions for all of these libraries to read only until the process is given approval to start. The way the portal facilitates the process of creating the state plan is to break the activities into a series of phases. For example, there is a phase when the LIAs are creating their budgets, and there is a separate phase for when the SIAs are reviewing those budgets. Since all of the documents involved in the state process reside in SharePoint document libraries, phases are managed as periods of time when some groups are able to edit documents, i.e. LIAs, while other groups are only able to read them, the SIAs. Back-to-back phases often simply involves reversing permissions on the documents in the library to control when groups are allowed to edit, review, and approve. The first phase of the process is one where the LIAs modify their county's versions of the 3 key documents, the work plan, targeting summary, and budget. The initial activity when starting a new phase is to send out a broadcast email to the involved parties. Broadcast emails are controlled from the administration area. Sending out the first broadcast email to all of the parties involved in the initial phase of the creation of the new state plan is easy. We just visit the administration site, click on Phase Emails, where we are given a choice to either select from a previously built email for the initial phase, or we could easily create a custom email, crafting the announcement exactly the way we want and targeting any or all of the groups involved in the process. In any event, the email launched will establish the starting and ending dates for the period of time when the LIAs create their initial drafts. Having launched an email that establishes the dates when the LIAs should be opening and editing their documents, the administrator now goes to the phase management area of the administration site and sets permission on the LIA libraries so that they will be able to edit those documents on the announced date, while at the same time verify that the other groups will not be able to edit at that time. Upon the first day of the new phase, LIAs will find that when they go to their dashboards, that a work plan, budget, and targeting summary document created specifically for them are available for them to edit. The LIAs are able to easily open, edit, and save in place their documents. A high level of integrity is maintained for the documents because they are not removed from the libraries. They are opened, edited, and saved in place. The independent work plan, because it's a Microsoft Word document, will actually allow simultaneous editing by several LIAs. The capability to co-author Microsoft Word documents should save an enormous amount of time in the preparation of the county work plans. The 2 Excel documents, the targeting summary and the budgets, must still be edited one user at a time until the next upgrade in the version of Microsoft Office. Upon completion of their initial drafts, the LIAs and county coordinators set a status code on each of their documents to indicate that they are now ready for review. To prepare for the next phase, one where the LIAs can no longer edit their documents, but now the SIAs can, the process of sending out a broadcast email is repeated, only in this case the broadcast email is one that announces the SIA review phase, and the process of changing permissions on the LIA libraries is repeated, except now the permissions are changed to allow SIA editing while LIAs can just read. This process of sending out an email communication to announce a phase tied to changing the permissions on a library to ensure that only the appropriate group can edit during that phase allows the organization to effectively pass hundreds of documents through a multi-step approval process with a minimum of effort. Once the phases have been completed for creation, review, enhancement, final review, and CDSS approval, an administrator prepares the LIA documents for inclusion into the state plan draft by visiting the administration site and selecting phase configuration from the secondary navigation. They then create a scheduled state that sets all of the permissions to read only, and most importantly, sets Generate PDFs to Yes. This will implement a background operation that will take every work plan and budget for every county and convert it into an appropriately named Adobe PDF document, and then automatically insert that document into the correct location in the state plan library in the CDSS site. Here, these documents are staged in the correct sequence based on the table of contents for the state plan that will make it easy to include them into the consolidated state plan in the correct location. In order to make it easy for FNS to review this first initial draft of the completed state plan, a copy of the PDF of the draft is moved to the approved FNS State Plan Library in the FNS site. Here it's available to FNS representatives to review and, based on their review, save their county-by-county and state responses as Excel spreadsheets in the two libraries provided for that purpose in their site. After FNS has created all of their county and state responses and uploaded them into the two appropriate libraries, a new phase is launched, which grants the LIAs the ability to edit the FNS documents to record their reactions. When the FNS submits their final summary letter to CDSS, a CDSS administrator updates the FNS spreadsheets in the FNS sites with their final comments gleaned from the summary letter. This reinitiates a phase where the LIAs, using the final comments provided by FNS, provide a final update to the original work plans and budgets. Then the SIAs make their final changes. Then the CDSS administrators make their final changes. And then the resulting final versions of all of the work plans and budgets are again converted to PDFs and deposited into the library that stages them in the correct order for assembly into the state plan. The final step is for all of the individual PDFs, already staged in the correct order to match the table of contents, to be consolidated into a single PDF document using Adobe Acrobat. In summary, the SnapEd State Plan Portal allows for the easy management and assignment of hundreds of field-level participants. It then provides the automatic naming and distribution of hundreds of work plans, budgets, and targeting summary documents based on approved templates. It facilitates broadcast communications with the involved personnel, informing them of each phase of the process. It then provides an easy way to manage library permissions to control when each group can edit, review, or approve any of the key documents. It saves time by facilitating the editing process with co-authoring for Word documents today and Excel documents soon. Finally, when the documents are ready, it converts all the approved documents into PDF files and stages them in the correct order to match the table of contents when assembled into a single PDF. Last but not least, it trains all participants about the SnapEd State Plan process and how they participate in it.